Now, do you feel that Baltimore loves you?
I really don't feel like they love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just for the simple fact, when you talk about love, you start with the kids first. You know what I'm saying? And it's messed up. Like the school system, you know, we can't even learn in peace. You know what I'm saying? Whereas though they can spend all these money on horseshoe and the Baltimore Riots Stadium and stuff like that. But when you go into these Baltimore City public schools, you got 32 kids in one class, but only 10 textbooks. So we got to get into a group of 5. Now the numbers coming up. We had to get into I'm only 25. We had to get into a group of 5. You feel what I'm saying? Just so groups can read off one textbook. You feel what I'm saying?
Now, how do you think that affects the kids growing up or coming through the school system?
It affects them because you might have one knucklehead, you feel what I'm saying, not doing his work. You feel what I'm saying? You might got somebody really trying to learn, but you only got one textbook. You feel what I'm saying? So if 2 people in that group academic distracting you, you feel what I'm saying? It take off, it take from your education.
Baltimore love me. I don't think, if you think about speaking for the city as a whole, like the people in power, the people that we call the powers that be, then no. But you do have some people that aren't in power that are probably just organized or advocates that really fight for people like me or people in neighborhoods like this that, you know, probably really feel like people don't care about them. So does the city as a whole or people in power love us? No, they probably really right about themselves. But you do have a select few people that will actually bend over backwards for communities like this one. They don't necessarily have to be black people. Some of them are white. Some of them are Hispanic. Like from constantly just.
Fellas, you think the city loves you?
Not at all. Absolutely not. Absolutely no. They don't really care about us. But at the end of the day, like, we play a big part in fucking up our own community. You feel me? But if shit wasn't already fucked up for us, to force us to sell drugs and all that to our own people, then we wouldn't be in this predicament.
Is this community forgotten about?
Of course. I think all the communities forgotten about. I think all the urban neighborhoods, it's like this. It's like they gotta keep drugs here because without the drugs, a lot of jobs would be gone. You feel what I'm saying? If majority of the crimes that's committed is behind drugs. Some of them might be behind women, but majority of them behind drugs. So if we don't have the drugs, then a lot of people lose their job.
So do you think the drugs are put here on purpose?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I ain't got no motherfucking airplane.
Can I ask the camera this? Do y'all believe that we bringing this in?
You might got a couple niggas that go out of town and cap, but for the most part, that shit getting brought here by the government so they can keep lawyers, judges, prosecutors, officers, COs. They need jobs.
Growing up in Baltimore, do I feel like I had an opportunity? I mean, certain opportunities are what you make it. You know what I'm saying? Success is not really dictated by circumstances. In some instances, it's more dictated by choice. Some people have the choice to be better and rise above what's going on. But is it hard? Yes, it's very hard. It's very hard for people like me.
Why is that?
I mean, because opportunity, the access that we have to certain opportunities, certain things that people might get in Fells Point or in Canton, they don't get on Penn North or around Poplar Grove. And and why that is, that's a question that you would have to ask the powers that be.
We see the money. We see the money they put downtown, but you take a run, you got 16,000 vacant houses in Baltimore. You feel me? And then you got people like Obama and them getting on TV talking about they burning down their opportunities, but how is we burning down our opportunities? These Korean stores that they broke down and said, we can't work there.
Now, do you feel that the opportunity is here for you? Do you have an opportunity to succeed in Baltimore?
No.
Kid, think about when you were young. What did you want to be?
When I was young, honestly, I wanted to either be a basketball player, football player, or a scientist. But guess what? That's what they wanted. Outside of science, that's what they wanted me to want to be. To play sports. Because the average black person, all we looked at is entertainment. All we looked at is entertainment.
So what happened to you being a scientist? What happened with that dream?
Well, honestly, I got locked up. You feel me? Once I got locked up, came home, I could have still went. So I got my high school diploma in the joint. You feel me? But once I came home and I'm looking at, all right, well, do I take the chance of going, because I'm an adult now, I got a child. Do I take the chance of going to school and not being able to feed my child? Or do I go ahead and say, fuck school and feed my child because he needs to be fed? You feel me? So that was my fault. I can't speak for everybody else. That was my fault, but I take responsibility for everything I do. Everything was my choice. You feel me? Yeah, I had an opportunity, but our opportunity is definitely limited to the other communities that's not the hood.
You think it's a lack of quality jobs?
Yes, sir.
For people like you in the city?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And like they say, it's a low-income environment, but it's low income. But when you get paid low income, it's hard to survive. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. When you got, rent $1,500, $1,200 a month. You feel what I'm saying? And you only making $750 an hour. You feel like it don't add up to me.
I agree with you. What does this neighborhood need?
More jobs. That's what we really need. It's hard to break old habits. We started young. Feel me? That don't mean at 25, 26 we don't want to work. Right. But when we go and doors keep getting shut in our faces, it's only so much we can take before we go back to what we know best, the streets.
So you're saying they're breaking your spirit and you think it's kind of on purpose?
They definitely doing it purposely, but they don't want it to look purposely. It's called trickology. They want us to make it look like we don't give a fuck about working. We just want to hustle. You feel me? But then let's talk about our kids or our kids, whatever the case may be. They the future. You feel me? So the main thing a lot of us gotta do, fuck what the government talking about. We talking about us so-called real niggas, street niggas. Niggas need to step